Sisterhood Wellness, a sanctuary of hope and resilience born from the founder's own transformative journey. In August 2017, a beacon of light emerged from the darkness of personal struggle as one woman's courage to heal and rise above adversity sparked a movement. Today, Sisterhood Wellness stands as a testament to the power of vulnerability, community and collective empowerment, offering a safe haven for women navigating the complexities of trauma, mental health, stress and financial hardship. Joining us now is Khanyisile Nelly Gxumisa, the founder of Sisterhood Wellness, to tell us more about this initiative. Khanyisile, thank you so much for joining us and a warm welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, what specific experience led you to create Sisterhood Wellness, and how did you sort of envision that as a solution?
Truly speaking, it's all my personal journey. I went through being in a marriage where I was physically abused, and that led to me having mental health issues for a period of 10 years straight. And in that, I was in corporate South Africa, which I've now left. And I worked for a company that literally actually made sure that they take care of me. But I can tell you for free that within that 10 years, every single year I'd work 6 months. And the rest of the 6 months, I'm literally booked off.
Wow.
And it started just briefly after the 9th year, where I decided I can't have this repetition in my life. I needed to take a stand. And one of those meant engaging other women. And it started in my own home. And people thought it was a home cell because we pray a lot when we go to church.
Right.
But the women came into my house. I would host about 15 to 20 women. And at some point we were bursting at the seams. And I couldn't contain the movement anymore. But it's a movement that basically makes sure that women self-master, that they understand their true essence in order for them not to get other things revolving around their lives.
I'm quite curious to know what kinds of conversations went on at your place as you gathered all those women there, you know, for them to understand the true essence of their worth.
Honestly, they started more with spirituality, because I truly believe that you cannot be aligned when you do not know your true identity.
Oh, yes.
So they were mostly surrounded by spirituality. And truthfully, the conversations broaden as far as finances, because you realize that you need to find the root of the problem at the end of the day. And once you start speaking to people, then they inform you that, no, it's not only that my husband is beating me up, or I found myself prostituting myself, because at some point I was helping women get out of prostitution. You know, I found myself living in the hub of prostitution in Rosettenville. And I was attracting a lot of women into the group that I had to actually sit down with and get to the gist of the problem. Is it really that you want money by selling yourself, or there's a deeper problem? I'm not qualified, but for some reason, this movement has changed lives, and I'm grateful for that.
Like, would you mind me asking if you got the necessary healing for you to start this movement, and what triggered that healing? What did you go through, you know, for you to heal?
I broke. I broke to a point where I couldn't recognize myself. If you were to ask me 15 years ago, Khanyisile, who are you? I'd stumble at that question. But today, I'm a transformed woman. Hence the movement, the taglines for the movement are impact, healing and transformation. One of the craziest things is that you never know how you impact people with little things. You know, I get people who become vulnerable with me just because I'm able to listen. Yeah. And that impacts them. And then I take them by the hand and say, there are other ways of doing things. Yes. But you need to center yourself first. As a result, we make sure that we have monthly hikes with women. Because we need to make you connect to yourself for you to truly understand who you are. So there are programs that we've generated. We call them self-mastery programs. And they include the initiatives every single last Sunday of the month. We basically take hikes, and this community comes together. That's where we connect to self, connect to nature, and we do a whole lot of stuff together.
So who's the target audience for this movement? And the reason I'm asking is that, you know, I see in the poster, I see male faces there.
The target market is women. We do holistic wellness for women. And the way we've structured it is that most of the people you see in the poster I see them as team members. Hector Dones is a TikToker, very close friend of mine, who does spiritual talks.
Right.
Khanyisile Nelly is one of them who's been at Aboma Bishop and other conversations with I'm Still African conversations. Tulufelo Moahi is a polygamist, a woman who advocates for women to start those conversations with their husbands, because the narrative that comes from men is quite different from what women want. You know, people like Fulufelani, they bring a balance for women to say, you can earn 5,000 rand, but we can also make sure that you save within that 5,000 rand. Let's help you budget better and master your finances. People like Linda Nkodi, she's an attorney that is in-house in the sisterhood. She helps out with family matters, divorces and whatnot, because we find a lot of women going through a lot of things. So all the people that are on this poster are basically pivotal to the drive of the organization, in the sense that when we say holistic wellness, we are saying every single part of your life that can be altered, whether it's legal matters, whether it's your mental health, your finances, your wellness, your spirituality. We want to make sure that you are encapsulated and you are a whole being.
All right, unfortunately, we're out of time, Khanyisile. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those who love to be part of this movement, how do they go about doing that?
We are on all social media platforms. Our tagline or handle is the Sisterhood Wellness. They can reach us also on our website, www.thesisterhoodwellness.co.za.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. Brilliant initiative. I love it.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Khanyisile Nelly Gxumisa, the founder of Sisterhood Wellness, talking to us and about the conversation about this groundbreaking conference. And we reminded that Women's Month is not just a celebration, but a call to action.